Man, I have not made anything in 3 months. It's just, I don't know. So, where do I even begin? I think we're going to begin how I feel right now. The double standard going on. So, let's go back to last year. At least, I'm going to go through my personal experiences. I had to endure for 4 years on social media. Now, granted, I like to post a lot of memes, but I get lectured so much on social media about and being force fed other people's political views. And I find it very frustrating. Let's see. I didn't talk to my mother for 6 months because I called her an idiot over calling someone a. His name was H and it ended with So, yeah. And that was just over the election because it wasn't even the president that she was talking about. It was the running person, Hillary. Okay? We didn't talk for 6 months. In fact, I thought I was disowned. That was how bad it was. That was how serious that was. Over politicalness nonsense. That in turn made me to ban all political talks within my household. If anything came up, in fact, I instructed any of my in-laws to come by. As soon as that came up, to drop it immediately. That was the rule of my house, and they hold it dear. And occasionally, if they do come by and my other family around, I have to remind them that is the code of my house. And what I've gathered is this whole political thing is a goddamn cult. It has to be a goddamn cult. Because I never in my life see anyone who likes the Orange Man lecture me. I never get force-fed political nonsense. And pretty much, they're passive. They see it, they ignore it. Simple as that. You can't change people's minds. Simple as that. You can't do it. You can't do it. There's no point in arguing with people on the internet. Especially with Twitter's algorithms, and I'm not really sure about Facebook, because Facebook is more like you're joining friends together. It might work with, well, there is an algorithm, because I know I don't see people's posts on certain things. So there is an algorithm on there. But what happens is, that algorithm is putting you with other people, like-minded individuals. So, you're basically herded together. So, yeah, I think that's adding to this issue of this country right now. So, basically, anyone, and on top of it now, anyone that is got the wrong political views is censored. So now they're only allowing one voice talk. Someone just mentioned the other day that my voice counts. Well, it doesn't count online. They sure don't. Especially as weirdos that cancel people. I mean, hell. Goddamn weirdos. They are. They sit in their basement or whatever. They have no life to do anything in their whole life. They're sad people and they're hurt or whatever. They're miserable. And so the only endorphins they get is taking people down. What do you think this here? You don't see my goddamn face on here. Because they're goddamn weirdos out there. I live my life where you have difference of opinion, I respect it. My uncle, he was really upset over those riots. The difference between my uncle and the other weirdos is he respects the difference of opinions. No fights ever came of it. And I understand about the riots, I get it. Why people were so upset, It is what it is, What can you do? And a small group of people did that. Now, there's other things that I can't even mention it on here because I'm sure I get censored on that too, so I can't really mention my point of view on it. You know, it's one or two things. It was either set up or it was just bad luck. One of the two. So I never write a script or anything. I just kind of talk how I feel. So sometimes I lose my train of thought. But yeah, you know, I got through all this through the last 4 years, and the news, the major news, nothing but anti-Trump, anti-Trump, anti-Trump. Trump this, Trump did that. Trump took a dump. And their ratings went through the roof. Now look at them. Now they're laying people off. They ain't got the orange man anymore in office to talk about. So now they got to find things to talk about instead of talking about the main things. You know, and the problem, and people are starting to wake up. Okay, simple as that. Just like that's why YouTube is censoring people. You know, restricting people, shadow banning people, because the news is not reporting what they want to report or should report on. They're pushing some sort of weird narrative. And you know, back all the way back in MH, what was it, 317 went down? All the way back then, which I don't remember what year that was. But I think that was what? Was that Obama's term? I can't remember. But I remember telling my aunt that there's something wrong with the news. And the reason why I said that is I listened to the news regularly back then. And I noticed something. It seemed like it was on some weird cycle. Like you would get a news story and it would run for like a quarter. Like 3 months, 4 months. And then it would go to something else. And then it would go to something else. And then it would come back to whatever it was before. And I said, you know, I can't put my finger on it, but there is something wrong with the news. And if you fast forward, and I've seen videos online, especially around COVID, about people actually posted videos of like a director on the news camera interviewing, saying how busy the hospital is and how they have an emergency line. I've seen where people with a cell phone went up to that same person that was just interviewed, confronting them about it because the whole place is a ghost town. No one's there. I've seen this with my own eyes. But the problem is, if I show, like, for instance, my parents, if I show that evidence, oh, that's YouTube. That's just fake. You see the point? The point of what I'm saying is, you can't change people's minds. They have to be, you know, open-minded and, you know, critical thinking or whatever. You know, and the only reason I use that one because there's millions of videos out there where people just show empty hospitals, but that one actually showed a news report, you know, conference, and then the person confronted them, asking questions about it. See, that's the type of reporting I like. That's what I talk about. And the news is scared of everyone out there because they have no control of the narrative anymore because everyone has a phone in their pocket. Something goes down, you can just whip out a phone and boom, there it goes. So until people realize what's going on, things are going to get worse. I mean, I can't even talk about election because if I mention anything negative about the election, YouTube will delete this video. So I can't even talk about that. You're censored. You can't voice your opinion. You can't talk what you want to talk about. So that grouping is very, very small for the people that are like me. And people don't realize that they control the flow of information. I mean, look at Amazon refusing to sell certain books. That's equivalent to a certain people burning books in another country. And I won't mention names who that is. But you got Google. You can figure it out. But yet, they call the Orange Man that. It blows my goddamn mind. It's like one thing or another. And the best part is when they blame the Orange Man for these people cages. And all of a sudden, the tune changes when the potato gets in office. And I call him President Potato, by the way. And now, video is leaked out showing a bunch of children in cages. So it's like, oh my god. And would you believe the news does not report anything on it? Just like the Hunter Biden laptop. That was major news before the election, and it was suppressed. But it was all over Twitter, all over Facebook. Major news, oh, nothing to see here. We'll just sweep that under the rug. So, what do you do? What can you do? I guess you could try revoking a particular party out of office, I guess. I don't know how that would work. The best part that I like is after the riots, they put up these barricades, steel barbed wire, I think, around the Capitol. And what was it this week? Someone gets in the Capitol and shoots a police officer. Like, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. It's frustrating. I think this is mainly just me ranting how I feel right now. And the best part is, you know, before the election, back when the lockdowns happened, we had riots, which news called them protesting. Burnt down whole goddamn cities. Whole cities got burnt down. Nothing on the news. But yet I could open up Periscope and watch live videos of stuff going down. I actually had something saved on my computer. I don't know if I do or not, but still. People don't realize the flow of information is control. I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to make any more videos or not, but I don't have a whole lot of time to make videos. It is what it is. I guess all I can say is be careful out there. Especially with cancel culture. Peace.